Remember on my first video, I said that I'm starting a business. And on my second video, I said that why YouTube, I think it's better than school, than education. So today, I'm telling you about my business because I feel like on the first video, I didn't tell you the description of the business and the target, etc., like missions and statement, vision. So I wrote down some of the things about this business that I'm starting, like Ambc. It's Ambc State. So I'm gonna tell you what is an Ambc State and how it works. And also I'm gonna tell you some of the creative ways on how we're gonna proceed on buying these business opportunities like housing opportunities and apartment opportunities. So the first thing that I'm gonna tell you is that an Ambc State is a real estate and a property development company focused on buying and selling, renovating and improving residential and commercial properties. The company specializes in creating high quality, you feel me, high quality durable space that deliver long-term value for the property owners, investors and communities through strategies, through strategic, through, through to strategic property investment, house flipping, renovation and development project. Ambc State aim to build a standard space for lasting value and sustainable growth. That is the mission of the Ambc. So I'm gonna okay. Also, the mission of Ambc is that to acquire improvement and transform properties through a professional renovations, development and investment strategies that generate value for clients, investors, and communities. That is also the mission of the Ambc. So the Ambc is built for you guys, for the community, and also for business owners and investors, people who wants to invest in properties and gain the value and profit on it. Because some of the properties we might rent them out, and some of the properties we might flip them, maybe buy them off market, lower than the market cost, then put some renovation budget, then sell them for the higher profits. If so if you didn't get it, you can run it back and learn about the Ambc. So the vision, here's the vision of the Ambc. The vision is to become a trusted leader in real estate investment, property development, and renovation by creating quality space that stand the test of time. Because if you have been places where you can rent, I've been in places where like I rent maybe 1,000 and I feel like this apartment doesn't deserve 1,000. So the Ambc brings that value of your mind. If you are renting 1,000, you can say maybe like I was supposed to rent a 1.5 because of the standard because of the standard of the house that we are providing to you guys. So make sure you subscribe because the Ambc, I feel like it's the best and the biggest, it's gonna be the biggest company that will be launched in South Africa. We are not launched yet, but if you subscribe here, that means this company is being launched. So that is the mission and the vision of the Ambc. So I'm also gonna tell you, because I told you that I'm gonna tell you about the Ambc and the strategies that the Ambc uses when it comes to buying these houses and businesses. We're not focusing on only on housing, we focus on all real estate, such as commercial real estate, houses, and business. Let me tell you how we can buy those businesses in Ambc. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna use something called creative finance. If you don't know about creative finance, do you think that I think like creative finance is like finding an alternative ways to buy a house with no money down? Because let me tell you like this is how I wrote it. Creative finance, it is an alternative way to buy, sell, or fund a business or property without relying entirely on a traditional bank loan. Meaning that you can buy a house or a business without relying on a traditional bank loan, like going to a bank and ask for a loan to buy that business or a house, then pay the percentage. We got some of the, I would say, like, I would be using three strategies. I call it A1, A2, and A3. Why? The A1 is like a rent to buy or a lease option. It's whereby I come to a seller, I say like, okay, let's finalize this amount, the purchase price. Then we finalize the amount that we're gonna buy the house. Then I'll say like, I will pay you 2,000 monthly for 5 years to match that amount that we agreed on. That's a rent to buy. Then the lease option is like that. We negotiate a price like, let's say it's 150,000 worth of a house, the value of the house. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna buy that house for 150, but you're gonna give me a lease option, which you're gonna give me 5 years to rent so that I can organize that amount of 150 to buy that house with no percentages and with no increase of the value of the house. You feel me? Probably thinking, where did I learn all of this? I learned this, all of it on YouTube, right? So let's get creative. Use this creative finance mindset and get into it. This is the road to riches. So I told you about lease option, rent to own, and there is also uh, the A2. I will probably say is going to be I don't wanna like claim it because I didn't start this. I've learned it from the one and only, the MOB method. It's called subject to. A subject to, let me explain a subject to. Let's say I have a loan on this house. Let me not make it a part of me. Okay, I said maybe the seller has a loan on the house. And the margin is like, or let me put in numbers. He owns 150,000 on a bank, and the value of the house is like 200,000. Then he sell the house on the market for 220,000. So the subject to, it's where I come like, okay, I see the difference. You own 150,000 from the bank and you want to gain 50,000 for the margin of the house because over time the house went on value. So the total you want to get maybe 200,000, but the amount that you're gonna put on your pocket is going to be 50 because the 150 you're gonna give it back to a bank. Then I come to you and I say, let me give you a 50,000. Then leave the loan on your name. I will do the monthly payments. That is called A2. Yo, I'm getting educated every time I watch you on YouTube. Make sure every time you go on YouTube, you go watch my content because I'm trying to implement this in South Africa. I've watched maybe, I want to say it like this. The content creators that I watch content creators who are from US. So they are implementing these strategies in US. So I'm gonna try to implement them on South Africa. Make sure you hit that sub button and the notification bell so you could be notified every time I drop. So that's it about the Ambc State and the strategies. The next video, maybe we're gonna be making calls. Start acting on these real estate portfolios. Welcome to Road to Riches. Peace.